All right, we're live, guys. You have to stop talking because I need to host this show. Is that okay, Max? This is the Hot Seat press conference, obviously brought to you by Capital One. This is the match. It's not really the hot seat, though. It's going to be more of a laid-back conversation. I guess I should introduce myself. Paul Bissonnette, former hockey player in the NHL. I guess not much of a career, Roseanne. You probably had no idea what I was doing out there other than getting beat up.
I don't know about that. I've heard about you.
What have you heard?
Good things.
Okay, well, that's good. I guess I should introduce everyone. This is Rory McIlroy, Zhang, Lexi Thompson, and Max Homa. I've actually, maybe a little louder. We got a crowd here in the background. There we go. It's going to be an unbelievable match today. I have played golf with you, Max. How would you describe my golf game?
Erratic. It was fun, but it was erratic. You crashed the motorcycle cart we had that day.
We did have those.
That was the highlight, I think, of the round.
That was I'd never seen a PGA player live in the flesh like that. It was one of the most remarkable things I'd ever seen. All you did was hit it 320, then right to the middle of the green, and then 8-foot putt in, and it just happened over and over, and it was very discouraging to watch for myself. So
thank you.
That's probably why you would say erratic. I was in my own brain wondering, how the heck could this guy do this?
Thank you. That's a good start to the night for me.
Little tire pump. Yeah, absolutely. So the premise of this is we're going to get a lot of fan questions coming in, but before we're going to get to those, I was just going to talk to you guys about some of the things that I've read up on you guys, and I guess I'll start with the ladies first. You guys were prodigies coming up, and more importantly, you started your first LPGA event at 12 years old, I read?
My first US Women's Open, yeah.
I mean, 12 years. I think I was still wet in the bed at 12 years old. How were you playing in the LPGA at 12 years old?
Well, it was just the Open. I wasn't playing on the LPGA, but it was pretty amazing experience. I grew up on a golf course with two older brothers that played, so got started at a very young age, but I was super nervous. And I couldn't reach some of the fairways at that age, so safe to say I didn't make the cut.
So you grew up with two brothers who also played on tour.
Yes.
And I would imagine that the chirping is going to be flying today because you're used to having the guys around.
I'm definitely used to it, so hopefully I can give some jabs back maybe, but we'll see. I'm used to the trash talking with my two older brothers. If you've met them, you would definitely understand.
You would feel as comfortable going at Rory?
Well, maybe we'll get there.
Okay.
Maybe not right from the start. Maybe I'll just...
Let's get a few cocktails over here for Lexi.
Give me your best shots.
Okay. All right, fair game.
All right. And Rose, I was reading about your collegiate career. Like, incredible. I think you even hold a record over Tiger Woods where you won 12 tournaments at Stanford, and he only had 11.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I really thought about. I actually didn't know what he did when he was at school, but when social media started posting about it, I was like, oh, okay.
Have you ever met him and maybe brought it up when you were around him at the fact that you have a record over him?
I definitely didn't, but he actually did text Coach Walker one day, and this was after my fall season. I won 3 in a row, which beat his record of 2 in a row starting off as a freshman, and he texted, okay, Rose is good, but is she as good as Rachel Heck? And then it was just a little bit of a fun jab at me, and then Rachel also had a fun play in it.
So Rachel was another female who went to Stanford and had a bunch of records as well?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And then also I believe you're the only college player to ever win back-to-back titles, like the overall title. Is that true?
Yeah, NCAA individual titles.
She forgot about that.
Yeah. You got them all. You got all the records, all the awards.
Yeah, I got lucky, got blessed, Don't know what to say, but I'm just very thankful that I was able to have those opportunities. And it wasn't really something I was thinking about, actually, because it was more so I wanted to win as a team. So it wasn't.
Okay, that's huge. I guess we got to get to the questions now. I got the producer in my ear. So these are brought to you by all the fans online here. So why don't we start with you, Max? If you could play a different sport professionally, which one would it be?
Not hockey.
No toughness?
No,
You don't got that glute strength for those strides?
Me and you are nose brothers, and
yes.
I can't get
Yours
my
is
mushed
straight.
up anymore than it already is. So I'm gonna go not hockey. I would love to play. I would have loved to play basketball, but I'm short and can't jump that high, and I'm not really fast. So I quit those dreams early.
Okay. What about you guys? I'll start with you, Rory. Go ahead.
Soccer for me, being from Europe, it's obviously huge over there, and grew up a huge Manchester United fan, so it would have been soccer, but I'm my athleticism transferred to golf and not much else.
Yeah, I read that you're a big Man U fan, and I also read up on your career earnings. Would there be ever any chance you would maybe buy a soccer team, much like Ryan Reynolds did?
No, but I'm a part of owning a Formula One team with him. So that was pretty cool. But would I like to? I'd like to, but I don't know if it would take. I'm so passionate about it that it would be like a labor of love, and I don't know if it would be like for the right reasons.
The F1. Do you own supercars? Do you get behind the wheel and jet around in your off time?
I've got a couple of cars, yeah.
What kind of vehicles? I mean, not to humble brag in front of all these people, but like a Lamborghini, a Ferrari?
I've had a bunch of stuff. I've got a Ferrari at the minute, which I really like.
Not a big deal. What about you? What would you do as a professional athlete, other than golf?
I always loved tennis growing up, but my dad says I'm not really that fast of a hitter, and I'm not that tall, so I can't really spike on people. But
that's what pickleball's for.
Exactly. But I will say diving could be a possibility, because I don't know, it just sounds fun. I like diving off of heights.
Have you ever tried it?
I've done on the basic patio.
Yeah, that's yeah, go ahead.
No, though.
Okay.
No,
what about you, Lexi?
I would probably say soccer. Just growing up, I played a lot of soccer and really enjoyed it. Basketball kind of makes sense with my height, but I wasn't fast. I'm super flat-footed, and the whole dribbling thing I couldn't really figure out. So
I guess we're glad that golf worked out for all of you guys.
Just
golf is good.
four great athletes up there.
Very coordinated.
This is more of a golf-related one. What's your guys' favorite golf course to play and why? I'll start back with you, Lexi.
Oh, okay. Favorite golf course to play, like regularly, or just like that I've ever played?
I don't know. This is Caden Krug who asked
We'll just go that I've ever played. Yeah. Okay. I would say probably Oakmont was my favorite, or Pebble. We got to play Pebble.
Oakmont is in Pittsburgh, is it not? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've actually played that course.
Yeah, we've had a few opens at both those golf courses, Oakmont and Pebble. So both amazing golf courses, super difficult, but scenic, and enjoyed it.
I'm not a huge golf fan. Have you ever won a major?
Yeah.
Okay, and which one was that?
It was the A&A Inspiration in Palm Springs, California.
Okay, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now it's a Chevron.
Majors
Now
are
it's
good.
a Chevron, but
okay. And what about you? What's your favorite course to play?
Marion Golf Club in Pennsylvania. There's this, so I played the Curtis Cup there, and not only was it really fun to be representing the States, but there's this just really great dynamic about the golf course. Not only is it, just a really nice track to play, but there's a historian that has this one eye patch and is so passionate about the game that he literally talks about the entire golf course from start to finish. And then there's this historian room just for you to kind of look around, and I'm a sucker for those things. So
he just hangs around the grounds and just talks about the golf course, and he's just like a local guy?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a tradition basically there.
Had you ever heard of this?
No, we played a U.S. Open in 2013, and I have never come across that guy.
The eye patch guy?
Yeah, the eye patch guy sounds awesome.
I was just a loiterer. He didn't even belong there, Roseanne.
Check it out.
They obviously didn't give him a credential. But we're playing I think the Open's back there 2030, I think. Yeah. So I'll look out for him if he's still around.
And what about you? What's your favorite course to play and why?
Probably Augusta. I love Augusta National. It hasn't loved me back over the years, but I love it there. I feel like if I had only one course to play for the rest of my life, I wouldn't get bored playing there.
I have a buddy, Ryan Whitney, who's a big golfer. You know him. I do these sandbagger golf videos with him, and he told me that you have like the most purest swing on the men's PGA Tour. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Everyone likes my swing, but me. Like I don't like looking at my. I like Max's swing way more than I like mine.
And I read that it probably goes back to the fact that your dad worked at a bar at a golf course, and so you were just hitting up the range nonstop from an early age.
Yeah, that was basically it. All my free time I spent at the golf course. Yeah.
And from Northern Ireland. Now I've been to Belfast before.
That's where I grew up. Yeah.
What when I was playing over there in Great Britain, what's the deal with the fact that everything gets served with French fries? Like it's just like everything comes with French fries.
Guess we want to try to be American. I don't know.
That's considering how lush it is there. You think they'd have more vegetables on the plate?
Yeah, I mean we're a country that prides ourselves in potatoes. So I mean you can get potatoes anyway there, and that's sort of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We actually have to go to a DJ Khaled question, and it's going to be right here on the monitor for you guys. So he's going to pose it to all four of you.
Gonna listen. I'm gonna ask my own question. Yo, Rory, when me and you going toe for toe on the golf course? That's right. When me and you gonna be on the golf course and play 18 to get 9? Let's play 9. Let's play 9. Just for fun and just for me to be around greatness so I can perfect my game. When can I have that opportunity to play with you?
I like that you went from 18 to 9 there, starting off. Anytime you want to come up here to Palm Beach, I'll drive down to Miami. We'll play. Yeah, I'd love that.
He likes to pump the beats, his own beats, while he plays.
I knew he was gonna obviously be involved tonight, so I had a DJ Khaled playlist going on the course today.
It doesn't faze you guys to play with music in the background when that's going on, like in your backswing, Max?
I mean, not really. Depends the type of music. I mean, if I hate it, I'd rather not listen to it. But I feel like that's anything.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to this board here. If you get the aux cord on the course, what song are you guys playing? I go right back to you.
Oh, I'm a people pleaser, so I usually just ask my group. Plus, I'm scared. You know, having the aux cord's intimidating. So if I mess that up for the group, I like to outsource that one.
You like to punt a lot of these questions. I don't think you've given us one answer yet. Give us one song that you would play if you got the cord. What's your go-to? If you get it at a party, anywhere, after hours?
No Role Models by J. Cole's probably my favorite song ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Lexi? You didn't really like that answer, no?
See, this is the fear.
You kind of gave it a gross face there.
I know. Well, I love music, but it all depends on the mood and like who you're surrounded with too. But like, I love country, but at the same time on the golf course, I got like a little pump up.
Country's making a comeback, like Morgan Wallen.
Yeah,
you know,
Morgan
the new
Wallen's
school
great.
stuff, or more of the old school twangy.
No, new.
No, the new stuff.
Little country pop.
Okay.
Biz, are you noticing she also didn't answer it, and you didn't seem to bring that up?
Shut up, Max.
I answered it fully.
What about you, Roseanne? Taylor Swift. You a big Swiftie?
Love Taylor Swift. Not necessarily considered a Swiftie because I don't listen to her regularly.
You're not in the cult?
I'm trying not to be hated by Taylor Swift fans out there. So.
Oh, they're coming.
Okay.
They're already hitting you up on Twitter.
Hey, I like her OG songs. I like her songs now. That's it. But I will say I love remixes. Dancing on the Moonlight's pretty good.
Okay. And then, Rory, what are you listening to?
I'm anything but country. So give me dance, hip hop, pop, any of that.
What was the last concert you went to, like live venue?
Drake in Vegas.
Good live?
I thought it was good, yeah.
Pretty solid?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move it down here. This is a terrible question. It says, what's your guys' favorite soda? Can we just skip that one?
You're running the show.
Okay, yeah.
Drink water. Don't
if
drink
you
soda.
had to replace a golf club with one other object, what would it be? It's got to be a random object. That's a tough one.
Hockey stick?
One. There you go.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore?
Are you a big hockey guy? You watch hockey playoffs? She's a Florida Panthers fan.
No, I need to get into it.
Brooks Koepka was there. He was pretty banged up. Did you end up seeing that?
I saw all of that.
You see those bug eyes? They must not test for extracurriculars on the PGA, eh?
No comment.
Okay, all right.
No comment.
We're moving on. Did you see that he held up a cone to Aaron Ekblad as a Florida Panthers fan? What did you make of that? He was
I
basically
didn't see it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, you didn't watch that? There was a bit of a rift going on, but then they ended up making up and playing tummy stick, so it all ended up moving on. What's your guys' go-to snack on the golf course? Roseanne, you like to munch on the course? Or you
I
usually
do. I'm a huge foodie. I love bananas, trail mix, almonds, dried mangoes. Try to keep myself healthy.
All the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Beef jerky for me.
And fries.
Yeah, not a side of fries.
You?
Peanut butter banana sandwich.
That's a good one. Keep
Yeah,
the weight on.
I'm a big PB&J guy as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's the most memorable shot you've ever had, Max? What's one that maybe to win a tournament, a big putt?
Chipped one, stymied by a tree at Riviera in a playoff. Ended up winning that one, so that's my most memorable.
You recently became a father about a year and a half ago. Would you say it would be harder to repeat that shot or to go back and have to change your first diaper?
Don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I am amazing at changing diapers. I asked Rory for advice before my son Cam was born, and he had mentioned like some things are going to be hard, some are you're natural at. He said he was a pro swaddler right out the gate. And
what's swaddling mean?
You know when you wrap them in a little cocoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
do you wear them when you do that? Like you put them around?
No, that's like for bedtime. Typically when they're real young, so they can't move their arms. I can get real deep on all the Scientology, but they kick their feet when they sleep. So you try to keep them all bundled up. And I wasn't great at that at all. Rory's got me on that one, but I was amazing at changing diapers, which is something I tried to hide from my wife because you don't want to do it.
No, you want to delegate.
Just because you're good at it doesn't make it smell good. So I was quite good at that. So I would take doing the diaper again because I don't know if I could hit the golf shot a second time.
Were you pretty good at changing right away?
I was, yeah. But same thing, like you sort of want to ruin your first couple so you don't have to do it that often going forward. But yeah, again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but yeah, I find it a little easier than I thought it would be.
I don't know much about golf, but I know that Phil Mickelson likes to wager on the golf course. Have you ever had some run-ins with him? And this question is from BR Betting. Best friendly wager story on the course.
I've played a couple of Tuesday games with Phil back in the day, and but it never got out of hand. I think he'll play for whatever you want to play for and whatever the group is comfortable with. But I'm not a huge bet guy, so I mean I'll play for whatever is sort of the minimum and keep it at that.
Are the ladies gambling out there on the golf course, like friendly wagers, or no?
Not really.
Not that I know of.
No, Max?
I don't know about the ladies, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It keeps it fun. We have a good group at Wisprock back at home that, we have a pretty standard game we like to play. And I don't know. It's hard to play for nothing.
Are you guys not allowed to throw out numbers on here? Or is that...
just don't want to air anybody out.
That's a faux pas.
On me, yeah.
I guess a little bit different than what we talk about on the podcast. Max, your nickname more fitting than Biz's nickname. What's your nickname?
I had no idea, but I'm going to say yes, more fitting.
Okay.
No idea what
Who's
my
sending
nickname
me
is.
these questions back there? Do you guys think that Happy Gilmore... do you think you could beat Happy Gilmore in a long drive competition? Max, I think
Rory
that you
could.
I think you hold the record for longest drive on the PGA,
ever.
do you not?
Yeah,
How long was that?
477 yards.
And how did you muster that up? Was it a downwind shot downhill?
Uphill into the wind, ball didn't roll. I just caught one real good. I'm really strong, Biz. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, you're
yeah. I wear big shirts to make, not intimidate people too much. Yeah, I don't know. Just got lucky one of those drives.
And you? You're a big driver? That's what you're known for?
Yes.
Amongst other things, I hope. But yeah, I mean, I can hit the ball pretty far.
Okay.
Not as far as Max, obviously.
No. I got that on him.
Who would you guys say, we'll start with the ladies, who would you say the best up-and-coming golfer is in the LPGA?
Best up and coming?
Roseanne? Why are you...
I mean, she's sitting right here.
Yeah, okay, so she's one of the...
I would say so.
20 years old, so you're kind of the next one? The great one?
Hopefully.
You're very modest up here, so it's hard to get anything out of you. I did read, though, your first ever LPGA event, you ended up winning, and I don't think it ever happened in a female's debut since 1952. So over what, 70 years it been since somebody won in their debut?
You done your research?
I tried.
Yeah.
Well, you went to Stanford, so I didn't want to sit up here with my lack of a college.
I almost guarantee someone said that in your ear before you spat it out. There's no way you remember that.
No, they sent me a cheat sheet. I was reading about everybody, and I also read the fact that your father was an actor and taught acting to other famous actors. Now, did you ever act coming up as a kid?
No. I could act like that's a good question.
What do you mean? Was your father not an actor?
Yeah, he was an acting coach, yeah.
You never got into it?
No, I'm terrible at it.
Do you ever do, you can't do impersonations of other guys on tour?
I got nothing.
I'm
really lucky for golf.
Okay, all right. Do you guys have any pre-match rituals or superstitions?
I think we're all superstitious, probably, as athletes. For me, I never play with fours. Just don't like fours. Think they're bad luck.
Maxie?
It's un-American, but I don't love bacon, but that's usually what we have for breakfast, so I eat one strip of bacon. I'm not sure if it's a superstition, but I'm going to lean into that one.
Did you do it before you won a tournament, and therefore you kept doing it?
Probably, but that's not why. I struggle to know if I have superstitions or just habits.
Routine.
So, yeah,
As
I
hockey
probably
players,
do,
we were very routine-like, everything, like pregame meal at the same spot. Are you a superstitious guy?
No, but more habitual, the same thing. Just want to get to the golf course like at the exact same time every day before I tee off. So I like to get to the golf course 3 hours before I play. I like to do my routine of warm-up and everything else. And so I just don't like feeling rushed. That's my big thing. So I try to, and I think by getting into your routine, it just makes you more comfortable to go out there and perform.
Okay. We got another question here from Charles Barkley. So just check out this monitor, and he's going to fire one away.
Well, I think how much time do they spend on their short game? You know, a lot of guys spend time on the range just banging balls and blah, blah, blah. But how much time do they actually spend on their short game? Because that's what most amateurs are not good at, their short game. I would love to know how much time they spend on their short game.
Who wants to start us off? Short game.
Yeah, I spent a good half of my practice doing short game and putting, just because on the course you're basically playing half your shots, hitting within 20 yards.
Yeah, I'd say I like to spend a few hours of practice on short game, whether it's putting, chipping. Definitely like to make sure I do a few putting drills within my practice day.
Yeah, same. I'd say mostly. I think hitting's more fun, seeing a ball fly, but it's I enjoy chipping quite a bit and messing around. I feel like it opens up kind of your creative brain, trying to make it spin or trying to make it spin a certain way. I just find that fun. So I spend most of my time doing it. It's almost like a little golf therapy in there because it's just a little bit more enjoyable than trying to hit it dead straight with the driver every time.
Like how many times through your professional career do you think you've changed your approach at the way that you chip? Or has it always been the same? Because I tend to get my own head about the golf thing, and I kind of keep changing it up. So how many times?
Well, I would suggest if for you, you don't play as much golf, is just have a couple that you really like and stick with those thoughts. I like changing it up a lot, but like I said, it's more because it's I think short game and chipping is really unique to like each player. If you ask somebody how they chip, everybody has a different answer, even though it'll look quite similar. So I kind of enjoy trying little things and seeing if it'll work better. I usually go back to the same stuff I normally do, but I don't know. I think that's why I find it fun to practice.
I tend to just go to my putter, even if I'm like 50, 60 yards away. I just feel it's a lot more simple and less room for error.
I mean, that is a strategy.
They call it the Texas wedge. Is that correct?
It is.
Are you a big Texas wedge guy?
No.
Well, because, I mean, when you're playing over in Ireland, it's very flat. So I would imagine that would be a good technique to bring.
It would be. I play in Ireland maybe once every 2 years, so I don't get a chance to do it that much anymore. But, like, there's some, if you have, like, a little bit of an iffy lie, like, there's going to be a lot of opportunities out here tonight to maybe putt off of the green. So, yeah, you might see the Texas wedge a little bit.
Okay, if you drain one, you got to give me the point.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Inspired me.
18-hole par 3 match, Biz versus Max. How many holes Biz winning? How many think you could take me on?
I mean, out of 18, if I lose one, I would be quite disappointed.
You'd be devastated?
Yeah, devastated,
Could we actually shoot one today, or maybe we're a little tight for schedule? I'll play you one hole if we have time.
Yeah, I would, especially if I don't do well in this match, I would like a palate cleanser by whooping up on you.
Done.
Match.
Game on, buddy. Bring a friendly wager, too, that you can't talk about. We already asked you that one. What was the worst round of golf you guys have ever played? Like an absolute nightmare scenario. I remember seeing a video from a while ago. I want to say it was a British Open where the guy played the last hole like not very well, and then they made him replay it with a putter, and he actually shot better with the putter. on the replay of the hole. So have you ever had a nightmare situation like that or round?
Yeah, that was 1999 John Vandevelde, 5 years before Rose was born, making me feel really old. Yeah, for me it was final round of the Masters 2011. I had a one-shot lead going into the back nine on Sunday and made a triple on 10, made a double on 11,
Oof.
made a double on 12. Not great.
And then the wheels are just spinning.
Nightmares are made of.
Oh, sorry.
But it's all right. I've gotten over it.
So you just brought it up
let's head over to
again.
commercial break. What about you? I mean, it doesn't sound like you've ever played a bad round the way that your career has gone.
I definitely have. I will say, well, I did shoot 80 at Olympic, and it was at the U.S. Open in 2019? Wait, 2021.
I wish I could help you. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember the year. But
That sounds right. We'll go with it.
yeah, it sounds around there. I was still an amateur, and I was just in the trenches, just not doing good.
Yeah, 80's not too bad for a bat. What was your worst ever score at PGA that you had to submit?
I don't know the score, but I remember the day. Played my worst year of professional golf in 2017. It was the last tournament of the season. I needed a third place to keep my card. Spoiler, didn't even sniff that. And I remember the 11th hole there. It's pretty tight. There's a lot of out of bounds. And I was not hitting my driver well at all the whole year. And, culminated on the 11th hole at Wyndham. I fortunately found my first ball in bounds, but I hit 4 tee shots off 1 tee.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Two of the 4 were out of bounds, but I found the first one inbounds. It was a humongous win at the moment because I didn't want to go back for a 5th try.
So what was your final score on that hole?
Well, I think I only made a bogey on that one because I found the first one.
Okay. Provisional is what they call that?
I turned the 11 tee box to a driving range for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and it was a pretty low moment there.
What's the term for like a slow player? Because I know I some of the stuff I hear about golf is guys complaining about other guys playing slow. So were guys barking at you there? And is there a term like a sandbagger for a slow player?
No, I was pretty low. I think at that point, if someone had mentioned it, we would have
fist fought.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, I wouldn't have been very successful at it, but I was at a pretty low spot in my life, and that wouldn't have been the right time to tell me that I'm slow and holding people up. But yeah, I don't have a saying for slow people. I just don't typically enjoy playing with them.
Yeah, if you're gonna fight one guy on tour, make sure it's not Ernie Els. I don't know if you've heard some of these backstories about him wrestling guys on private planes. You haven't heard that one? Don't take a private plane ride with Ernie Els. What was the worst round of your life?
I've definitely had bad rounds. I don't know one in particular, but I know I started off a British Open with a 10.
That's
so yeah. Two drivers, OB, and then I went to an iron and just got it on the ground.
Oh no, that's a terrible, tough way to start. What's your guys' favorite sports movie?
I like Remember the Titans a lot. That's a good one.
Sunshine.
Coach, Sunshine. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I would say that one too. That's one of my favorites.
I would say Linsanity. It was a documentary on Jeremy Lin, and I know the director very well, so it's just such a good film.
Moneyball for me.
Oh, that's a good answer.
All right. What advice would you guys give to young golfers who dream of turning pro? Who wants to start that one off?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think you got to fall in love with it first. So make sure you love it first. You're going to end up spending a lot of time at the range by yourself, chipping and putting by yourself. It's an amazing game, but it can get a bit lonely. So I feel like if you don't love it before you really start to push yourself at it, you might grow to hate it. So I don't know. I've seen the most successful pros I know and kids in college seem that they just love getting better and they love going to the golf course, and a place like this here at the park is kind of a testament to it. I feel like kids will come here just to hang out, and then you're going to find, a handful or more that are going to find out they're really good at it, but and then they're going to go pursue it. But they're going to have a place here that is very welcoming, and it's just kind of a spot you would go to hang out with your friends. And when you're a young kid, it's not like you could just decide, hey, I'm going to be a professional golfer. or professional anything, it's difficult, you know. So I feel like being here is pretty amazing because we got to meet a bunch of the kids this morning, and you know, maybe a couple of them will try to push themselves and take it to the next level. But I feel like it's starting with just a true joy for getting to be out here and appreciating it.
And you?
I would definitely have to agree. You have to love the game and, you know, love the dedication and strive for the improvements, because you can never perfect golf, which will drive you crazy. And it's a lot of time alone. I mean, I was very fortunate enough. I had 2 older brothers and a bunch of their friends to go out there and practice. So it made it more enjoyable to always have somebody around to have competitions with. So I always say, if you have a friend to go out with and play a few holes or just practice, it's always nice to have that company. But there is a lot of alone time. But you learn so much about yourself and about the game, and it's definitely one of the best games out there, but it can be frustrating, but you have to love the challenge of it.
Awesome. Well, that wraps it up. I want to thank you guys and wish you luck today. It's going to be a great event. We got to thank Capital One. This was the Hot Seat, brought to you by Bleacher Report, and thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, Biz.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.